This is the image from the drone. So this is the image that we are taking from the camera attached to the drone of the forest, the plantation. I will explain you later the what you see on the left side of the image. But what you're seeing now is plantation, the one in the middle that is divided in half of red pine, which is the same red pine tree that you saw in Matsushima. And the right part is the large trees that you also saw at least a little bit in the research forest in Yamagata University in the first or second day of the seminar. So in during this season, which is summer, it's very difficult. I don't know if you can see the difference between the half that is the red pine and the other half that is the larch. This forest has been planted, a plot of 20 by 50 meters has been planted every year since 1964 until the present for larch and um, for the red pine until 2010. So here we can see where from the ground we can see the different tree diameters at the stem height, the stem height of 1.3 meters. But we can also, which is more importantly, we can see the height of different tree ages. The trees that you see, the more brownish trees, of course, those are the cedar that you have seen in many places that we have visited during these seminars. And now we are going to the same division between red pine and larch, but this is the younger part. So we started from the oldest plantation to the younger ones. So these trees here that you're seeing now are much younger. So the farther we go, the younger the trees are. My students and I, we have come this year in summer, which is the image that you're watching now, and we have collected we have measured the DBH and tree height of the trees that were possible to measure. Not all of them, because some tree heights were difficult for us to reach. But this is enough for us to work with. Now I will show you what is the image in autumn of the same place. So now we are going back from the younger plantations to the oldest. Now you see the changes in color in larch, and you can see here, maybe it's clearer, the division between the plots. So each of these plots is 20 meters by 50 meters, and the ones that are next to the other allows us to were planted the same year. This is really remarkable. This is one of the most beautiful sceneries that I have seen in a plantation. So now imagine what I just showed you of the image in summer, and now just compare it to what we are seeing in autumn. So not only in this stripe, but also if you see next to the forest, next to the cedar forest, they have make one line of larch, one line of red pine, and they have like a carpet. It's like a carpet. It's really, really amazing. The view is really amazing. So in this plot, something also that we realized, which is very important for us, is that all the large trees that change the color, that's the pass where we came. I will show you a much closer look of the pass later. So during this season, we always say that the leaves change their colors. And the same species, we assume that they change the color at the same time. But as you can see, in large, even within the same age tree and among different tree ages, uh, there are different colors also. So not all the trees change their color at the same time, and not all the trees lose their leaves at the same time. So this is something that, for me at least, it was quite interesting. So we always thought that if we have images and we can recognize which color certain tree species changes, we could identify that tree very easy in autumn. But that does not seem to be the case. It seems more like trees individually change their own color. So the red pine, I don't want to say that it's not interesting. It's also a very interesting species. But in summer, in autumn, in winter, they do not change their color, and they remain basically the same the rest of the year. Now this is the side. We are getting closer to the older side. So the plant, the part of the plantation that was planted in 1964. So what you see here is going 60, 66, 65, 64. So all this is the sequential, the chronosequential ages of plantation, the plantation. Now, Hervé is the one flying here. He will turn the camera, and what we will show you is the youngest plantation, which you already see a little bit there. So in the summer image, we could not see it very well, but here you can see the first row of larch that you see there was planted in 2011. Here this is another view of the plantation, but here you can see the larch that was planted in 2011, 12, 13, 14, 16, until 2020. The 2020 at this time of the year are very difficult to see. Is the part that seems that were no tree at all, but actually there were already very small seedlings, less than 1 meter, and it's really a very special place for us. It's really really very good for the research. We are taking pictures here um, in order to do an orthomosaic, and we will do three orthomosaics, one in summer, one in spring, in autumn, of course, and one more in winter, which is the one that we collected today. The different seasons, especially for larch, gives different kinds of information. And during the leafless season, we can have um, we can see the ground, and seeing the ground allows us to do to calculate the height of the tree from the drone image. So now you will see we are going to land the drone, Again, this you can see where we are at the moment. This time I came not only to take images, but also I came with a group of students from my laboratory and other laboratories to show them this place, and also to measure with them some basic parameters of the forest, so they can see by themselves the changes in tree characteristics depending on the age on the age of trees. Here you can see also Mr. Yoshida, who is the gentleman on the left. Well, it seems like the drone is going to crash. Don't worry. Hervé is a very good pilot. And here I'm with Hervé, two other students from my laboratory that you already know, Kazushi-kun and Kohe-kun, and myself. And here is the bus that we came. This bus belongs to our university. So we use it quite often for many activities, and you will see there the the name of the university. So we use it quite often to travel within Yamagata or out of Yamagata to another prefecture. And then we land the drone. Um, Now I will show you the how the forest looks in winter. So winter for us is already today. Tomorrow we know that it's going to snow here. So now this is the time of the year when there are no leaves at all in the large tree. So this is again another view of the forest. Um, so this is how the forest change during this season, and this is actually um, um, so we don't need to change anything. We don't need to adapt to make any changes to understand better the environment, or in this case this forest ecosystem, because the forest ecosystem is changing for us. So we take advantage of those changes. Here we can see the ground. On the way back, you will see how we can see the ground, and when we build this point cloud of the from the images that we collect, um, unlike summer or autumn, some of the points of that cloud can be the ground, because now there are no leaves that are obstructing the camera, and the points can be set in the ground. So that will allow us to do to measure the points on the ground and the points at the top of the canopy, and calculate automatically the tree height. Here we have come with a student from my laboratory, and we have measured the DVH of all the trees from the beginning, from the year 1965 64, sorry, to the year 2020 for larch, and to the year 2010 for red pine. It has been a massive work. It's a massive work. The students were really very good working here with us. And of course, we expect to use this data to write scientific paper, to have a publication of this place, which is also a recognition to Koiwai Nojo, who let us use their site for our research. So now you can see the small trees that seedlings that were planting in 2011, 12, 13. There are no leaves at all. So I know that for the drone will be very difficult to find the trees that were planted in 2020, 29, 19, 18. But again, this is the first time that this is being done, and it's a challenge. We don't know if we will be able to see it, to see them or not. But anyway, there are so many trees of so many other ages that we can classify. Um, this is really hard work, but once we have the data that we collect in the ground, we can compare it with the data that is provided by the drone. Here, this is how the drone takes a picture. The camera is now facing the ground 90 degrees, and so it's 90 degrees from the drone, sorry. So now you can see very clearly, especially in the large forest, the ground. And this is something that we definitely want to use. We walked here, we have walked well with all the students, with the help of all the students, and collected all the information that we need. This is a wonderful, wonderful place. I will never get tired of repeating that. It's a very good opportunity for us to test the technology that we have available, which is the drone technology and the deep learning technique. And this place will be very useful if we can build a very strong model that it will be used for classifying not only tree species but also to identify the tree age of this particular tree species in um, in any forest in Japan. Um, so this is something that we are very much looking forward to. Um, and now this is the image that we collected today. So I think for some students probably I show you this image today. So now we are bringing again the drone now. So this is a very um, normal activity that we do, and we always fly if it is in summer, in autumn, or in winter from the same position. So especially the video, we try to collect it, and the drone images for the orthomosaics especially, it's always in the same position. Um, Maybe we will repeat again at the end what we have done with the pictures, and if we manage to do it, we can also show you how the orthomosaics look like in before this seminar is finished. So there you can see Mr. Yoshida, who is the person in charge of the forest in this park. Herbe handling the drone, Alex, Sarah and Hadran are inside the car, and Herbe, of course, managing the drone. So we are about to finish. This was the last battery also that we have, because we used 9 batteries for this mission. And this is the landing again. So this is a process that we repeat all the time, and it has to be done with patience. You have to be really calm when you do this, and then you will see the landing. So I hope you like the changes in the forest depending on the season. All right, then I will show you the cedar forest in the next video.